a new golf league formed in partnership with the PGA Tour with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. They combine traditional golf play with elements of indoor simulated golf. They had their first tournament last night and it debuted on TV. And there's kind of mixed feelings, mixed emotions regarding this. I want to get your guys' thoughts on it, how you feel about the TGL.
This thing is awesome. This is catering to the millennial, my generation and below. Okay, the generation that's getting full ride scholarships to play Fortnite in college.
Oh,
you know, the gamification of sports.
Mike,
this is a real sport. In close, we talk about it like with football, playing in a dome, playing in a vacuum. Okay, and seeing just raw talent. That's what this is.
Oh,
Mike, I'm not surprised at all that you love this with your Gen Z brain, simulation, indoor golf,
which we're in, by the way. Have you seen Ready Player One? This is the future.
Yeah, and this is the path we're headed down. If we celebrate this, look, golf has been around since like 1497, the modern version of golf. Okay, it's a very historic game coming from Scotland, by the way. It's a very traditional, historic game. And hey, I know my golf history. And there's a lot of tradition with it. And this right here is just making a mockery of this. I won't call it a great sport, but of this important sport in our culture. Okay. And this is making an indoor mockery of it. It's essentially a video game. And I got to say, I'm just kind of disgusted by the whole thing.
Just irked. No. Okay. Look, you saying golf is a great sport, but you're not wanting to go that far. I say it's an absolutely beautiful game. Golf is incredible. Everybody can play it. It's low-hanging fruit for anybody who wants to be active and wants to play a game of precision, right? And accuracy and so on and so forth. And I absolutely love the game, even though I'm god awful at it. Just want to get better.
I don't have the temperament.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, look, this is something I fight against. And it looks like golf itself, while it's been the same for that many years, that many centuries going on, it's trying to figure out its way forward, right? And to increase the game, increase the popularity, and so on and so forth. And Tiger Woods, even before all this stuff happened, late in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, was absolute, just talk about being a vanguard like Shane Gillis. He was helping lead the charge in growing the fandom and just eyeballs on the sport in general. And he's done a great job. And he's just thinking of that next iteration. And like, as a kid who like grew up watching, because my dad loves golf, my brother is absolutely obsessed with golf as well. Like, I have an affinity for it. I watch it, suck at it, all that kind of stuff. I want to see Tiger continue to play as best he can. Obviously, he has a bunch of off-field stuff that occurred in the early 2010s and all that jazz. But looking at the sport specifically, like this, I feel like they're trying to find that next step, that next evolution to just get eyeballs on it and get people engaged, because there is a fear that people will just let it die and fall by the wayside. So
especially with this new generation, our attention span is what, 3 seconds now? Okay.
Yeah,
no one's watching golf on TV. This new generation is not watching golf on TV. This is how you get the new generation to care about golf.
What is your thought? Is this a better version than you think, like the LIV? Because the LIV's trying to do this as well, and that just looks Mickey Mouse in my estimation. And this feels a little like
look. The golf is trying, like all these other sports. Everyone is trying to increase their ratings, gain popularity, and everyone's trying to compete with the NFL in any sort of way. Okay, trying to get eyeballs. Golf has the potential to do that if they just make some changes in a similar way that kind of baseball did with the pitching clock, for example. Like in this TGL golf league, they have a shot clock, essentially. It's like 40 or 45 seconds. So there's a lot of action, and they are playing, and people aren't waiting in minutes in between shots. So there is this. Why don't we just apply this type of shot clock to the PGA Tour or to the LIV Golf Tour? So we still have traditional outdoor golf, like real golf, but maybe we speed it up a little bit for the attention deficit disorder generation.
It's a real disease with doctors and everything.
Everything's an ism these days, or a disease these days.
Another ism.
Like impatience is a disease. Look,
why don't we do that?
I get what you're saying, Nick. But at the same time, what are they supposed to do? Teleport after they hit a ball 250 yards? Like, it takes a second to get there.
On the hop. They're going to be on the hop.
Jog, okay? Make it more.
Oh, that would be interesting. Sprint golf.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's why I did have a little bit of a trouble earlier calling it an amazing sport. I like calling it a game, but if they were to sprint in between the shots, or at least jog, then I would consider it a sport.
Nick, you were arguing that chess is a sport. How are you not going to argue that golf is a sport?
Because you burn a lot of calories with chess, Mike. Your brain is on fire.
Yeah, I think they burn more calories.
The PGA Tour, they're forced to walk, so they're probably putting in 25,000 steps per round.
Yeah, but that actually burns less calories than you think. It probably burns about 500 calories. Whereas
but when you're swinging, when you're doing all of those things, plus the mental acuity that you need.
How many calories do you think a swing burns? 3?
I don't know. Let's get somebody's, what is it, swoop ring?
No, I'm here to say I would guess. Mike, ask ChatGPT what burns more calories: an intense chess match or 9 holes of golf. And then
I'll get back to you.
You get back
Define
to
intense in chess.
You're 2 really elite players, such as me and Mikey, playing against each other in the Alfieri living room and then fighting after. That's intense.
Prop ChatGPT with that information.
Yeah, put all that in there. Yeah, I don't know. On one hand, I like that they are trying to be creative and reinvent a sport in the modern way and make a kind of a fun environment here. But at the same time, it almost feels like a mockery. It feels like an arcade. It reminds me of like Bullwinkles from Oregon City that we go to. Like, it's just this traditional game that comes out of the coast of Scotland, St. Andrews, should not be played like this.
Yeah. No, I agree with you that, like, obviously I'm the traditionalist here on this show, so it does pay me to see this. I don't mind this being an off-season game or league that's played with people just to stay like active and so on and so forth. I'm fine with that, but this definitely can't bleed into the PGA Tour or whatever the hell this morphing is going to be with the LIV and the PGA, because I don't even know if that's going to happen. We have heard no news of any sort of movement on that agreement and that merging.
Yeah.
Okay. According to ChatGPT, here's the calorie count.
There we go.
A competitive chess match lasting 4 to 6 hours could burn 400 to 600 calories. Okay. 9 holes of golf, just 9 holes, is 500 to 700 calories. So pretty close.
That's half the game. They play 18, Mikey.
Oh, Scott. No. Here. Also, I am so for making 9 holes of golf the standard. 18 holes is ridiculous.
That's why you
If you're talking about traditionalism, you're cutting against your own like stance there, Nick. Where's your backbone today?
No. I'm saying
you are like a willow in the wind.
9 holes for golf, and Jerry Jones can do whatever he wants. Okay, those are what I stand for. We don't need to make everything Mickey Mouse video game TikTok. We don't need to make everything that. Okay, because there's even like some of these. I'm seeing all these weird bastardizations of certain sports and games and mixing, and it's just, hey man, we got our sports. They're good. You can make some slight adjustments, but you don't need to turn it into this weird hybrid video game.